Okay, day 11. It's 9:45. The campsite last night, that was alright. It's about 13, well actually I suppose it was about 15 euros. It's meant to be 4-star. It's interesting, isn't it? No toilet seats and no toilet paper. Luckily I've got my own, but you know, it's just 4 stars really. But never mind. Today's going to be sunny, I think. Factories we're moving south now, so I'm coming into La Rochelle today, and I shall pass through it. I want to get to the other side. I think there's a place called Rochford, which is probably about 40 miles from where I started off. Around that area, see if I can find somewhere. As you can see, the landscape has changed a bit. We're still close. We're still close to the coast. We're not, you know, 100 miles away. We're, I don't know, probably a couple of miles away, maybe a bit more. But I'm still on. I'm following the EV1, Eurovelo one. This is not too bad. I'm expecting more and more of this type of road now. Trike's holding up okay. I really need to find, I think I'd like to get it oiled up and get some more air in the tyres at some point. I only carry a small pump, just an emergency if I get a puncture or anything. I'm not sure that I can get them up to 60 or 70 pounds pressure. Oh. Keep right, okay. Phone charging is it's an interesting one. I've decided I'm going, see I've got hub, you can see them there, the hub brakes, both sides, the Sturmey Archer hub brakes, and I need a dynamo, so I'm going to have to change one of those I think and put on a disc, and that will enable me to get a dynamo on there. Because phone charging is... Oh, here we go, another rough one. Yep, I thought so. Right, let's get the right gear sorted out. I'll go to the right, I think. Yeah, I've had a bit of this today, so I'm not going to make rapid progress, I don't think, while I've got this sort of thing to contend with. It's okay. One back there I just passed through was really narrow, just a single track, grass either side, and that went on for about a few hundred yards, a bit more maybe. It does make, when you get back on tarmac again, a joy. But I'm hoping I'm not going to have too much of this. I've looked at the River GPS route, and it I didn't get the impression there'd be a lot of this, but maybe there is. Crikey, they're wide tracks, aren't they? If that's for a vehicle, it's a big vehicle, isn't it? A wide vehicle. If it's vehicles that are using it, or is it just the wear of bicycles? See, the world hasn't moved on to recumbent trikes yet, has it? It's obvious. Not quite. Right. This is going to be slow. It reminds me of the... What's the song by Sting? Fields of Barley, isn't it? Is this barley? Yeah, I've learned a lot from this trip. I mean, I've got 2 phones. I've got the main one, which is working okay now, although yesterday I had a problem with it. Suddenly the sound went off. Couldn't understand why. Wasn't muted. It'd been working fine. No sound. Tried to play a YouTube video, no sound. Tried to play music on it, no sound. So eventually I thought, well, I'm going to have to... And I was low on battery. So I shut it down, restarted it, and then it came back on again. So I don't know what that was. A glitch, probably they'd call that. Yeah, it's a worry when you get low on battery. I've got a battery backup bank, you know, the power bank, but it's only 10,000, is it, mAh, which is about the same as my phone. So if I plug my phone down into it for a full charge, it will take the whole thing. Well, I haven't got to do that. Most campsites, because as soon as you go in, they offer you electric hookup for €7 or €8. And I say, well, no, just charge your phone. Some say, oh, just plug it in over there. Some then go into a bit of a trance and start working out how much they can charge. And I think the most I paid is €1, which is interesting, isn't it? But anyway, that's, overall, body's holding up. Got a little bit of a hip problem on the right hand side, but I think that's okay. That might be because of that day off, actually. Does it turn right? Oh, hang on. Did I miss a sign? Or is it turn right at the end here? Yeah, that, I don't know that day off helped me at all. Because as I've mentioned, I've got this balance issue anyway, peripheral neuropathy issue, so walking isn't really my strong suit. Turn right, that's saying go left. Oh no, go right up here. Jesus, this is going to be tight. Okay, I'm going to try it. I think I can do it, yeah. La Rochelle, 38 kilometres. What's that? 20 odd miles. Oh well, at least back to the canals again. It's been a long while. I've missed you so much. Oh, and the flies. Oh. Oh well. It is a nice day. I love those clouds. But yes, you can see it's not all plain sailing, is it? Or plain triking. You know, there's some lovely tarmac stretches and things. Even some of the paths are tarmac. But then some are like this. I think I'm probably slightly ahead of schedule still. Given the right conditions, I know I can put in 40 plus miles a day, as long as there's not too many hills. That's with about between 1,000 and 2,000 feet of climbing throughout the day. I can get in 40 miles on reasonable surfaces. I've got backup plans. I mean, the thing is, I can always, if I can find one, when I get closer to the Spanish border, perhaps around that area, it might get a bit hilly around the Pyrenees after I cross the Spanish border. I can always jump in a taxi and literally, you know, for a few, probably cost me a bit, but I can gain a day in a matter of hours. I can gain a day in a matter of hours, so. But I think I'm okay. Bordeaux is the next major place. I suppose that's about 260 miles away, maybe a bit more. So I'm expecting to be there within a week. Well, no, it won't be less than that, won't it? Oh, I didn't plan for that. And I'm over. Oh, this is a big one. There we go. There we go. Wow, not much of a path, is it? Yeah, there's. See the signs? Those green arrows, they should be bolder, shouldn't they? That one's not too bad there, but some of the ones are. in some of the ones I've seen, they're really faded. You barely see them. There. So you get an idea of what navigation's like. I've got my phone and I've got the signs. It's fairly well signposted. But sometimes they're a bit obscure, you know, tree in the way or something. Hang on, I've got to set my gears now. Right, off we go. Oh, this is a bit better. Still the fields of barley. Is it barley? I don't know. I should know. Oh, horse. Horse by any name. What's that song? There's a song, isn't there? Horse with no name, that was it. Goodness me, when's that from? 60s, late 60s? I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. That was it, wasn't it? Now, who sang that? Jeepers creepers. Matthew Southern, no, it wasn't. Matthew Southern Comfort, no. Probably some one-off, probably One Trick Pony. Oh, what's this? The usual graffiti by the looks of it on it, but a sluice gate, I wouldn't mind betting. We're obviously quite close to the coast here now. Oh wow, and that, what was that? Landing craft? Oh, I don't know. That's a sluice. A douche of a sluice. Oh, hang on. Eurovella's straight on. It's not told me to turn off. So, I could have camped there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd make a nice little campsite, wouldn't it? Yeah. Nice and flat. Get a few tents on there. Miles from anywhere. I'd imagine that's salt water. It must be, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe it's a mixture. There's a name for that, isn't there? When you have salt water mixed with fresh water. Don't know. Uneducated. I'm a klutz. Oh, and a pile of rubble that nature's taken over, which is kind of lovely, isn't it? Because it kind of disguises it. Poppies. Not seen any sunflowers yet, but I'm hoping to see more of those as I get into sort of Bordeaux area. But maybe that's on further east, in the south of France way, maybe. Although I'm going to the south of France, it's south and east, isn't it? I've seen a few of those. They just sort of spring up, those buildings. They're agricultural, obviously, but I wonder, it's huge, isn't it? Is it storage or is it pigs or chickens? There's no smell or anything, so maybe it's just storage. I love the way the lampposts or the telegraph poles lean over. I wonder if that's electric or telephone. There's main electric lines there, you can see, going through as well. So is that the prevailing wind? Comes from, I suppose, what would that be? West, wouldn't it? We're still heading south. So. Some of the fields are really well full, let's say that. These look lush and full, don't they? Whereas some of them I've passed have been quite, it looks like a similar crop, but they're quite sparse. They've got patches in them. So perhaps some farmers water more copiously than others. Now, is that a person or is that a post? Is it a person just waiting, standing there waiting for something to happen, anything? No, it's a post. Oh well. Oh, the mirages are starting. Right. These stretches are back to the old psychology of all this as well again. These stretches are quite interesting because after I get about halfway, it seems like I'm about halfway through, my mind switches to, I hope I'm going the right way. I don't know why, and I end up getting the phone out and checking, and of course I am, But it's that question in your mind. But I don't do it now. At the start I did. Because I'm always thinking, if I've got to go back, it's, you know, it adds some miles. What have we done? It's 10 o'clock, just a few minutes after. And we've done 5.5 miles, so that's good. The way I work this out now, my mileage, I'm thinking if I can get any miles in before 10 o'clock, that's a bonus. Because you're packing up at the campsite, etc. I mean, I've got it down now, I can do it quite quickly, but you know, if I don't know, I'm just sort of planning my day on start at 10. So any miles before 10 is a bonus. Then I say to myself, well, by 12 o'clock I want to have done 15 miles if possible, and that's an average of about 7 miles an hour, isn't it, just over. And then I say by 3 o'clock, because I've added an extra hour now, 12 till 3, another 15, totaling 30. And the reason for that is sometime between 12 and 3 I'll probably stop and have a bite to eat. So that's 30 miles, and then I think to myself, well, then from 3 until really sunset, really, at that time, you know, 7 or 8 o'clock even, I've only got to do another 10 miles. Normally it takes me about another hour or so. So by about 4:30 I'm finished by my 40 miles. But without understanding or knowing the terrain I'm going to face, that's just a rough guide, because it does vary. Okay, this is day 11. Looking forward to day 12. Oh, we're halfway really, aren't we, tomorrow or day after? I think today's Thursday, so Friday, Saturday is halfway. And then we're really into south, and then we're, the temperature, weather. I might have to start regulating the rides actually a little bit. Looking ahead on the weather, I'm going to be hitting 25 and 26 degrees. And that might mean stopping around midday for a couple of hours. I don't know. Maybe starting earlier, getting the miles in before 12, and then having a rest, find a field somewhere and just lay the ground sheet out and have a sleep. We shall see. Hi-ho! Right, more coastline. I think I'm going to be on this for a lot now, actually. Go inside, go in land sometimes, but these are nice shaded areas actually. It's about 3 o'clock. I've got some campsites. I've done about 33 miles and I've got some campsites close by. I'm wondering if I can do a bit more actually. Oh, maybe no dogs. It's not really a beach, is it? But then let's see what else is here. Oh, is it going to be English or is it going to be French? And it's French. Well, there you are. If you're in any doubt and you can read French, away you go. We're just outside La Rochelle, probably still in the suburbs, but we're moving away now rapidly. I'm kind of heading, I can't really see, I'm heading along that coastline, I think, all the way around. Just bought, went into a boulangerie, is it? If I got that right, I think so. I bought a lovely baguette with ham and some cheese and some egg, and oh dear, it's about 18 inches long, and I don't know, it was about €4, but I thought, well, I was so hungry. That's what I'm living on at the moment. Tomatoes, any kind of sandwich. Oh, and I bought a Danish, well, I suppose it's a French pastry, but very similar to like what we in the UK call a Danish pastry. Oh, to die for. Oh, that's an island, isn't it, out there? That's an island. Wow, does that coast go all the way out there? Right, here we are. It's very, it is very what's the word? Coast. It reminds. I'm just trying to think of what it reminds me of. Those coastal areas on the east coast in the UK. Right, I'm going to get on the trike again and start off. I think I'll go straight down that road where that white car is going and see where that takes me.